Well, Mark Zuckerberg's Meta is ready to surprise us with something completely game-changing. Imagine an AI that doesn't need humans to teach it or check its work. It just learns on its own. Sounds like sci-fi, right? But Meta's doing it with their Self-Taught Evaluator, and it's about to flip the AI world upside down. What does this mean for the future of tech, and how does it stack up against the competition? Let's look into the details of this breakthrough and what it could mean for you. Meta's new AI model is called the Self-Taught Evaluator. The cool thing about this model is that it's designed to be smarter and more independent than typical AI. Right now, a lot of AI models need humans to train them, give feedback, and help them learn. But the Self-Taught Evaluator? It's aiming to change all that by learning from itself. No human babysitting needed. Its main goal is to cut down on how much we need to be involved in AI training. So, instead of people spending time checking the AI's work, the AI can do it on its own. It's kinda like having a super smart student who doesn't need a teacher to grade their homework because they're already good at spotting and fixing their own mistakes. This could save a lot of time, effort, and money in AI development, which is why Meta is pretty hyped about it. Most AI models you hear about today are trained by humans. That means a bunch of people have to give feedback, correct mistakes, and guide the AI on how to get better. But Meta's Self-Taught Evaluator is different because it doesn't need that human help. It's like when you're studying for an exam, and instead of waiting for a teacher to mark your practice tests, you somehow know exactly what's wrong and how to fix it yourself. The Self-Taught Evaluator uses something called a chain of thought approach, which helps it break down complex problems into smaller, bite-sized steps to solve them better. This is super useful for tricky subjects like math, coding, or science. Instead of guessing or getting stuck, the model can work through the problem step by step, like how you'd solve a puzzle. This makes it faster, smarter, and less dependent on us humans. The chain of thought approach is pretty much like breaking down a big problem into smaller, more manageable chunks. Imagine you have a huge math equation to solve. It can feel overwhelming if you try to do it all at once, right? But if you take it step by step, solving one part at a time, it's not as scary. That's exactly how Meta's Self-Taught Evaluator works. It doesn't try to solve everything in one go. Instead, it breaks down complex problems into smaller steps and tackles each one methodically. This makes the AI's responses more accurate and reliable, especially with difficult subjects like coding, math, or science. The best part? By following these logical steps, the AI can avoid making mistakes that could happen if it tried to rush or guess the answer. It's like having a smart friend who always solves problems in a calm, organized way. The Self-Taught Evaluator is being designed to shine in fields that are known for being pretty tough, like science, coding, and math. These are areas where getting the right answer can be tricky, because they often involve a lot of complicated steps and logic. For example, in science, there's always some experiment or theory that needs to be broken down and analyzed. Coding has its own set of challenges, with all the languages and bugs to fix. Math, of course, is full of complex equations and formulas that need to be solved carefully. The Self-Taught Evaluator was trained without any human input. Yup, no humans were involved in teaching it. Instead, it was trained using AI-generated data, which is a pretty big deal. Usually, AI models need people to provide data, give feedback, and check if the model is learning properly. But this one? It learned all by itself, using data that was already generated by other AIs. This means it's paving the way for AI systems to become even more independent and less reliant on humans. The big benefit? It speeds things up, cuts costs, and avoids mistakes that can happen when humans are involved. If AI can train itself reliably, that could open doors for building AI agents that can learn on their own, get better by making their own mistakes, and then fix them. It's like watching a robot teach itself how to do something new without any help. The Self-Taught Evaluator was trained using only AI-generated data. It changed the game. Normally, training an AI requires a lot of human work. People have to collect and label the data, then guide the AI through its learning process. That's time-consuming, expensive, and sometimes humans make mistakes or have biases. But by using AI-generated data, the Self-Taught Evaluator skipped all of that. Instead, it learned from data created by other AI systems, which is faster, cheaper, and way more efficient. This shift could mean that future AI models won't need humans as much in their development stages. They could train themselves without needing human feedback or expertise. It also makes the entire process less prone to human error. It's kind of like an AI learning from another AI and becoming smarter on its own, which could lead to faster advancements in technology. The self-taught evaluator has a huge advantage over the traditional method called reinforcement learning from human feedback, RLHF. RLHF relies on humans to give feedback and help guide the AI through learning tasks. While it works, it's also slow, expensive, and requires human experts who specialize in things like coding or science. This makes it a hassle, especially when scaling AI for bigger tasks. But with the self-taught evaluator, you don't need human involvement because it teaches itself. The benefit? It's faster, it costs way less, and you don't need an army of human experts to keep the AI improving. This could save a ton of resources for companies like Meta that want to keep pushing the boundaries of what AI can do. Plus, if the model can self-improve, it might even get better than humans at solving certain tasks. So it's like taking AI to the next level, making it more independent and smarter. Meta researchers, like Jason Weston, believe that self-evaluation is super important for AI because it helps the AI check and improve itself without needing humans. It's like when you write an essay, and instead of having a teacher correct it, you read it over, find your mistakes, and fix them yourself. That's what the self-taught evaluator does. By being able to self-evaluate, it can learn from its mistakes and get better over time. This is a big step toward making AI that's not just smart, but superhuman, able to solve problems even better than we can. The idea is that if AI models can keep improving on their own, without constant human input, they'll be more efficient and capable. That's the future Meta is aiming for. AI that's always learning, always getting better, and doesn't need us to hold its hand along the way. Weston further says AI is only going to get smarter and more independent over time. He believes that self-taught and self-evaluating AIs, like the self-taught evaluator, are a big part of that future. According to him, as AI becomes more advanced, it will get better at checking its own work, fixing mistakes, and improving without needing humans to step in. He even mentioned that reaching a superhuman level of intelligence is the goal, meaning AI could eventually outsmart us in certain areas. Weston's vision is for AI to become more like a super intelligent tool that can help solve complex problems on its own, which could be a game changer in fields like science, technology, and beyond. It's like AI growing up and learning how to handle things by itself. Self-taught AI models like Meta's could totally shake up how we train AI today. Right now, a lot of AI models need human feedback to learn and improve, which is known as reinforcement learning from human feedback, RLHF. But this process has some big downsides. It's slow, expensive, and requires humans to be heavily involved. If AI models can teach themselves, like Meta's self-taught evaluator does, we might not need humans to give feedback anymore. This could speed up the development process, cut down on costs, and make AI models even more accurate, since they'll be learning from themselves without human biases or mistakes getting in the way. Plus, it means we can scale AI projects way faster because we wouldn't need an entire team of people guiding the AI. Basically, self-taught models could make AI smarter and more efficient than ever before. Other big companies, like Google and Anthropic, are also working on AI models that are similar to Meta's. These companies are still sticking to the reinforcement learning from human feedback, RLHF, approach, where humans give feedback to help the AI learn. While this method works, it's slower and more resource-intensive than Meta's self-taught evaluator, which can teach itself. Meta's approach is more focused on cutting out the human middleman, making the process faster and more efficient. Google and Anthropic are still trying to improve their RLHF methods. But if Meta's self-taught evaluator turns out to be more effective, it could be a big shift in how all companies approach AI training. We might see more companies moving away from human-driven models to fully self-taught ones. So in a way, Meta could be leading the next evolution in AI development with this new approach. Besides the self-taught evaluator, Meta has been busy improving other AI tools too. One big update was to their Segment Anything model, which is used for image identification. This tool is designed to look at images and break them down into different parts, kind of like how we can recognize and separate different objects in a picture. They've also made improvements to a tool that speeds up how quickly language models, LLMs, can generate responses. Language models are the AI systems behind things like chatbots, so making them faster means you'll get quicker, more accurate responses when interacting with AI. Meta is clearly focused on making its AI tools not just smarter, but also faster and more efficient, which is key in today's tech-driven world. It's all part of Meta's bigger push to stay ahead in the AI race and offer tools that are cutting edge. Meta is doing a lot to step up its game in areas like image identification and language model responses. For image identification, they've updated their Segment Anything model. This tool allows the AI to look at an image, recognize different objects, and separate them into individual parts. Think of it like teaching the AI to see and understand a photo the way we do, which is useful for things like photo editing, medical imaging, and even self-driving cars. As for language models, they've worked on speeding up the time it takes for the AI to generate responses. This means that chatbots, virtual assistants, or any AI tool that relies on language models will now respond more quickly and efficiently, making conversations with AI smoother and more natural. It's like Meta is giving its AI models a speed boost, making them faster, more accurate, and easier to use across different industries. Meta has also been releasing some pretty important datasets recently, one of which helps researchers discover new inorganic materials. So, what does that even mean? Basically, the dataset is a collection of information that AI models can use to identify and develop new materials that aren't found in nature. This could have a huge impact on industries like electronics, energy, and even medicine, where creating new materials can lead to breakthroughs in technology. For example, finding a new type of material that's more efficient could help us build better batteries, faster processors, or stronger construction materials. By making this dataset available, Meta is helping other researchers and AI models dig into these discoveries faster and more efficiently. It's part of Meta's larger commitment to advancing AI research, not just for their own benefit, but for the scientific community as a whole. Meta's advancements in AI, like the Self-Taught Evaluator, could have a massive impact on the future of technology. For starters, AI models that can teach themselves and check their own work might become way more common, making tech faster, cheaper, and more efficient. This could mean breakthroughs in everything from healthcare to self-driving cars to how we interact with AI daily. With AI being more independent, we might see fewer human mistakes in tech processes, more innovative discoveries, and faster problem solving. Plus, as AI keeps improving, we could see it become superhuman in some fields, doing things even experts struggle with. These advancements might change industries like science, education, and entertainment in ways we can't fully imagine yet. Meta is pushing toward a future where AI doesn't just assist us, it becomes a vital part of how we innovate, learn, and grow as a society.